15 minutes of truth. Let's get into the mix.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back.
Right.
Oh, there we go. Okay. I don't know. We was glitching there for a minute. Welcome back to the Daily Mix, y'all. I'm your host, Omari Jahi, and this is where we take everyday topics and mix them with deeper thought, real conversation, and a little bit of spiritual perspective. Now, today is a pretty special episode. Well, not even just today, it's for the entire week, Monday through Friday, because we do this podcast 5 days a week, weekly, Monday through Friday from 12 to 12:15. And so this week, these 5 episodes are going to be kind of linked together, and we've entitled them For Your Third Eye Only. And for those who may not know what a third eye is, if you've seen the Indian people, they have a little dot that they wear in the middle of their forehead. That's a representation of the third eye, because the third eye is your spiritual eye. And that's the eye that we see, that we should be seeing spiritually from, because as a spiritual being, we have a spiritual vision and a spiritual eye, just like we are physical beings as well. I've always been told, and I've always taught others, that we are spiritual beings experiencing a physical or a human existence. I'm going to say that again. We are actually spiritual beings experiencing a human existence. So today's question is one that most of us have heard, but maybe never really examined, on a spiritual level. And that's, why did God create man first and then woman? And was woman really created from a rib? Or could there be some ancient way of describing something deeper? Something like shared DNA, because if you really think about it, I got all my ribs, and if a woman was made from the man's rib, then we should be missing a rib, I would think. That's why I'm thinking that rib has to mean something else. It couldn't mean a physical rib, because we got all our ribs, So that's one of the questions we're going to be addressing today. And the real question is, was it ever God's original plan for man to be alone? That's another one we're going to be touching on today. Was it in the original plan for man to be alone, and woman wasn't a part of the plan at all? Was it? We're going to get into it. But first, let's get into the mix, y'all. So, the story we've been told, most of us were introduced to this idea through the book, the Holy Bible, the book of Genesis. Man was Adam, is created first, then later woman, Eve, is created from his rib, right? Well, now, traditionally, this has been taken literally, the man's rib. But let's slow down for a second here. What if the rib isn't about anatomy, but it's actually symbolism? It symbolizes something. It's not an actual rib, but it symbolizes something. Think about it. Now, check this out. This is the actual DNA strand of a human being. It looks like a figure 8, doesn't it? Now, the scientific term for this DNA strand is deoxyribonucleic acid. And that's where the acronym comes from, DNA. D for dio. You see in ribonucleic, you see the nucleic acid N, and then acid is A, DNA. That's where they get it from. That's your deoxyribonucleic acid, your DNA. But now if you look closely at ribonucleic, don't you see, I have it circled here, you see rib, don't you? So now, That suggests that the woman was not created from the rib of a man, but she was created as another side of a man. She was cloned from the man, but she was cloned a woman, a womb man, a womb man, a woman with a womb. Men don't have a womb, but a woman was God created her with a womb. So that's why it takes a man and woman to come together in order to procreate. So it's a unity thing. So I guess to answer the question about, I guess we'll get there. So look, we might go a little over today because this is going to be really intense. So now the question becomes, was the Bible explaining biology or using the language of the times to describe something deeper that people back then couldn't fully understand? I don't know, but we're going to look into that. So the other question, why create man first? Or I guess it's kind of addition to the question. Now let's deal with the order, because if God is intentional, and I believe he is, then order matters. Man was created first, but what happened before the woman showed up? Man was given purpose. He was placed in the garden. He was given responsibility. He and every man that's born into this world has a responsibility to the earth. That's because we were created from the earth. She's our mother, Mother Earth. We as men have an assignment given to us by God before we can have companionship. And that's powerful. Because if we understand that, and if our women understand that, then the thing about helpmeet makes more sense, doesn't it? It makes a hell of a lot of sense. If a woman is to be the helpmeet, then you got to be doing something for her to help you to meet that goal, or that whatever that is. You have to be about something. Because maybe the lesson isn't about superiority. It ain't about who's in charge or who's over who or none of that. Maybe it's about duty and responsibility. Our life as a man having a purpose before partnership. Because what happens today? A lot of people are looking for someone to complete them before they even understand themselves, who they are. So maybe God was establishing something early. Know who you are and know your assignment before you connect with someone else. We have to be told that, or maybe I should say we have been told that women are the helpmeet, right, to men. But can a woman help a man do nothing? A man that has no purpose, duty, or assignment? I don't think so. So that's very important, I think. And it's very vital to understand what that is, Hey, good afternoon, Miss Boo. Thank you for being here. But that's getting back, but that's very important. So now the next question, was man meant to be alone? I think we kind of answered that. But now here's why it gets interesting. Because in Genesis, God says it's not good for man to be alone. Now that's deep, because that tells us something. Man being alone wasn't the final design. But here's the twist now. God allowed him to experience it first. Why? Maybe so he could feel the absence. Because he was looking around, he seen all the animals. All the animals had a mate. It was male and female animals, but he was alone. So he God wanted him to experience that absence, maybe so he could recognize the need, maybe so he could appreciate the gift of partnership when it came. And guess what? Every man comes into this world alone. Every woman does too. But he should remain alone. Now, this is my opinion. I believe a man should remain alone until he discovers his purpose in life or his mission in this life. Why did God place him on this planet Earth? Why? It ain't just to be a bus driver. It ain't just to be a taxi driver. It ain't just to be an electrician or a NBA sports basketball. It ain't for any of that crap. God placed us here for a purpose. Let me say that again. Sometimes you have to experience something missing. And this is what God had Adam or man to experience, this missing part of himself, to understand the value of what you have when you get that other part of yourself. So was man meant to be alone? Temporarily? Yes. Permanently? No. That solitude had a purpose. Now, here we gonna circle back to this DNA conversation, because that's really important. Because today we understand something. They didn't have language for DNA back then. Every human being is built from the same basic genetic code. And females aren't completely different creations. They are a variation on the theme, you might want to say, of the same design. So when the text says woman came from man, couldn't that be an ancient way of expressing shared biology origin? Now, even though man was created from the dirt of the ground, woman was created out of man. So in today's terms, we might say woman came from the same code as man, the same essence, the same essence as a man, the DNA. We're not separate, but she's an extension of man, a refinement, a completion. So instead of seeing woman as an afterthought, maybe we should see her as the finishing piece, that finishing part of ourselves. Now, this last question we have to deal with, because see, I want us to walk away today with an understanding that we are together, even though there's a force in the world that's working day and night, doing its best to separate us, to keep us separated one way or another. Well, it's emotional, physically, psychologically, trying to find a way to keep us separated. So unity is the thing, not hierarchy. Who's in charge? I'm the boss. I'm a boss bee. I'm the HNIC or anything like that. It's not about that. It's about a joint mission that we have, that God gave both man and woman. In the scripture, I believe it says something like he created man, male and female, created he them. Male and female created he them, man. He called them man. And this is where a lot of conversations go wrong today. People turn this into some kind of hierarchy debate. Who's above who and who's below who and all that crap. But what if that was never the point? In Genesis, it also says that God created man in his image, right? Male and female, just not male, not just female, both together. So maybe neither fully reflects the image on its own. A man you can't look at a man and see God. You just can't look at a woman and see God. But together, they both represent God. That changes everything. Now, we're not talking about dominance. We're talking about balance. Two expressions of one design. So, in my closing thought, we didn't go that far over. So, maybe the real question isn't why God created woman after man. Maybe the better question is, what was God establishing before she arrived? He was giving man purpose, identity, awareness, and then partnership. That's the order. That's the intention. And maybe that same pattern still applies today. Before you look for someone to walk with down the aisle, brothers, make sure you know where you're walking. What's your assignment? You got to know where you're going. Well, this is the Daily Mix, y'all. But before we get out of here, I just want to share something with you guys. I'm a part of a LLC, and we're for Mother's Day, we're having a raffle, and I just want to share this quick video with you guys. And maybe if you are interested in supporting your brother, then I got tickets for you, okay?
This year, give the moms in your life something truly unforgettable while supporting a great cause. Welcome to the Man in Charge Group Mother's Day raffle fundraiser. Every ticket you buy helps support our ongoing mission of youth mentorship and community development. And the best part? Tickets are just $10 each for a chance to win one of 3 amazing individual prizes. Prize number 1. Be the hero of summer gatherings with the Ninja Slushie Max Smart Frozen Drink Maker. This upgraded powerhouse holds up to a massive 112 ounces of liquid, way bigger than the original. Perfect for perfectly chilled, crowd-pleasing drinks all season long. Prize number 2. Elevate your backyard cookouts with the Royal Gourmet 2-burner, propane gas and charcoal combo grill. Why choose between the convenience of gas and the rich, smoky flavor of charcoal when you can have both? Plus, it features a lidded side burner that is absolutely perfect for sauces and side dishes. It's an outdoor culinary station ready to make your grilling magical. And prize number 3, a $500 V gift card. Treat mom to a shopping spree, a spa day, or a fancy dinner out. The choice is completely hers. 3 incredible prizes, 3 chances to win big. Get your $10 tickets today and join us for the live drawing. We will be streaming the results live on Facebook on Friday, May 8th, 2026 at 7 p.m. Don't miss out. Grab your tickets now and let's make this Mother's Day one to remember with the Man in Charge Group. To get your tickets, contact the MIC founder who posted this reel. See you on the live stream.
That's me. Yeah, so if you're interested in taking an opportunity or a chance to win one of those great prizes, holler at your boy. You can get your tickets from me by Zelle. You can Zelle me the money at this number, or you can Cash at me. And then what I'll do is I'll write your name on the back of these tickets on one of them. Then I'll take a picture of the other one and send it to you, whether it's text, through Facebook, inbox, however you want me to send it to you, so you can have the ticket. So when we do the drawing, which is going to be on Facebook, on May the 8th at 7 p.m., it's going to be live stream. We're going to be drawing the names out live right on Facebook, so you can see ain't no what they call a rigatoni stuff. It's legal, it's real, and we're going to be shaking it up and pulling names out. Now, if you only buy one ticket, I ain't gonna tell you what your chances are of winning, but that's up to you. I appreciate your support though with one ticket. I really would. So thank you for that. Again, I'm Omari Jahi. I'm your host, and this was the Daily Mix. And we'll be white black tomorrow, y'all, with another episode for your third eye only. We're gonna be talking about some deep stuff all this week. So tune in. We'll be white black tomorrow. Until then, peace.
Take care of your mind, take care of your health, and we'll be back in the mix. tomorrow at 12 noon. Till then, peace out.